Happy Tuesday. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you stayed safe. Hope you had a good Monday yesterday. We had a very good Monday yesterday at the VTH. I got to get back there again today for my normal routine. But yesterday we honored two very special residents, Vietnam veterans, octogenarians in their 80s. And the reason I didn't have time yesterday morning, I usually find a little time in the morning, even on my days there like today and Thursday. When word got out, quite a few people attended, friends of theirs from the past, and a couple, they're also very old, lived over in Tiverton, Rhode Island. It's right outside our sister city of Fall River. You know, you go down North Main Street and you get to the end in Town Line, Tiverton, Rhode Island. We're not that far from Rhode Island. It's only about 40 minutes to Providence, their capital. They wanted to attend, but unable to get there. They don't drive. So I went out and I picked both of them up. Same city, but one end to another. Anyway, it's about 25 minutes there. But then I had to get there, help get them in, go to the other guy. It took about 45 minutes before I just had them ready to head back. And yes, I did get them home after the event. I didn't make them walk home. And it went off well. And I was proud and honored to be there with all my fellow veterans to honor and pay our respects to two very brave men that served in Vietnam. So, what's been going on? Well, I heard now the HRA had its last hurrah with the no-show nationals. Now it's finally gone. I had heard the reasoning why this guy Dallas, I really don't know much about him. All I know is that Sanford sucked up to him for a while. I guess trying to ride the HRA coattail, try to give himself some claim to fame, even though he never competed in the HRA. Never competed anywhere. At ATCO, Englishtown. He was a nobody, you know, a nobody. It's more of a pain in the ass than anything else. He was not very well liked back in New York, you know. Along with his illegal activities, I wouldn't be surprised if there's still warrants out for his fucking arrest. With his potting out of vehicles with switch VIN tags, forged titles. Along with this failed coffee shop magazine. He still owes money to fucking creditors. You know, there was a guy here in the Bev one time, and when they get into trucking, he went out and bought, I don't know how much money it was. He bought a brand new fucking Peterbilt. He spent, I think he paid more for this fucking truck than he paid for his fucking house. His trucking business didn't go so well. Started going behind on the fucking payments, you know what I mean? They came and repossessed his fucking truck. And then his mortgage on his house, the same thing. In the middle of the night, him and his family moved out. They moved to Pennsylvania. He had creditors coming after him like you wouldn't believe. Even though you filed for bankruptcy, you still owe some fucking money, you know what I mean? You skip town. He comes back in Massachusetts, he's in deep shit. Like Sanford sets foot back in New York, he's in deep shit in many Couldn't even deliver pizza anymore. He lost his license for life. He cannot get a license anywhere in this country for the rest of his life. Revoked. When that happens, some serious shit, you know? And a lot of it can do with criminal activity involving motor vehicles. Chop shop activity. It's not hard to figure out, man. You don't need to be a fucking Einstein, you know? Things happen for reasons. You just didn't wake up one day and decided, gee, I love Tennessee. He wants to say, commies are after me. No, credible, decent people were after him because he was breaking the law and skipping out on his fucking bills. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Not because of commies out to get him. That's what he likes to tell people. So anyway, no, I guess this HRA is finally gone. I had heard the reasoning behind it from this Dallas guy. I can tell you, I don't know much about him. Seems like a pretty nice guy. But then again, what I've heard about the HRA, the past couple owners, it's pretty much been a money-making racket. You know, sell merchandise. I don't know if you have to pay dues to be a member or whatever, to have the pride of having that HRA sticker on your car. But anyway, it's been pretty much about just trying to make money off it, but it hasn't really offered anything to anyone. They're only dealing with 3 tracks. One of them is in Hawaii. A lot of good that does people here in the States, right? Unless Don Ho is racing. Roland Leong, you know, it is Hawaiian, wants to get back into racing. I don't even know if he's still alive. Maybe get Don Prudhomme to drive for him again, you know. Give Prudhomme his start. They don't really have any events. I mean, if this is what the best that that AHRA has to offer, the No-Show Nationals, bunch of YouTubers, some with nice cars, a lot of junk. If this is the best they have to offer, maybe it's better. Maybe it's better it just fucking goes away for good, you know. The AHRA was always the bottom feeder. They were never as good as the IHRA and never had a hope in hell, as they say, of being the NHRA. Speaking of the NHRA, I'll take a minute to give a shout out. My buddy Bobby Tasker. I already texted him. I texted him yesterday, last night, congratulating him on his win at the NHRA Carolina Nationals in his Top Fuel funny car, the Nitro Fish. He's having a very good year this year. He's had his ups and downs in Nitro. He had a lot of success in Top Alcohol funny car. In fact, I could be mistaken, but I think to this day he still holds the world low ET record in Top Alcohol funny car. And this year he's doing well, him and his team. They're third in points, and they have a real good shot in the chase. You know, he's right there in the hunt. And back home here, we're all cheering for him, and Bobby's a great guy. As long as I've known him from the time he was born. And his father and his family, his cousin Carl, and very well respected. Not just locally in areas where we live, but at the track. He's not as flamboyant as a John Force, you know, but he's a good guy. Look at what happened over the weekend at the NHRA Carolina Nationals. Did you see those stands packed? You see how the stands are at NHRA events? I've been to a few back in the past at New England Dragway. Even Sportsman Street Drags. They still attract a large crowd. The ticket sales make the track a profit. You know, racing is a business. It's about profit. You don't want to break even. Breaking even is not good business, you know. I went to the NHRA New England Nationals the year before COVID. It was basically to see Bobby. I hadn't seen him in a long time. Figured I'd go up there, hang out with him. I didn't have to pay to get in. Hey, one of the perks. It was mostly to hang out with him and be around, talk. Get the heck up, see what was going on in the pit, working on the car between rounds. Getting up close to the track with some of the crew at the starting line. Yes, I had to wear the head muffs, ear protection. And the smell of nitro was not very nice, but it was a great day and I enjoyed it. Place was packed. That track made money. You know. HRA has never really had an event like that. And the reason is the cars. You know, people paid good money. They were willing to travel from across the country to show up at the Carolina NHRA Nationals, at New England NHRA Nationals, Firebird Raceway, you know. Other events, Indy. When you have good quality race cars, they're worth seeing, they're worth paying to see. When you have average cars, yeah, they're cool street cars, but, you know, nothing in fuel. Fuel draws a crowd. Fuel will draw a crowd. and a lot of it's junk, and people racing minivans and Ford F-150 pickup trucks and shit. You know, how many people attended this year the No Show Nationals? Was it a ghost town like last year? You know, did they cover their costs with just basic entrance fees for the competitors? Because that's how it was last year. You know. You know, some people don't know when to quit when they're ahead. Some people don't know when to quit when they're behind. And they should quit. And now, regardless of the situation, and like I said, you know, we all go through personal experiences at times in our lives that are very emotionally draining, believe me. And can be very distracting, and we need to devote all our time to it and put everything aside. And I can understand what's going on with this guy, and I really hope things work out well for him. But the AHRA, I think it's best that it just fucking dies finally. Put it out of its misery, you know. Now we get to Uncle Sanford. Still yak, and I heard recently he was throwing out more scare tactics about some pot, and you know his conspiracy theories. Everybody's out to get him. If you feel everyone's out to get you, maybe you're a little bit paranoid. Maybe because you're breaking the fucking law and you know people are watching you. Maybe that's why. It's not a conspiracy. It's a matter of the law and violation of it. You know, when you're fucking guilty and you're being watched and you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't drive. You know, I know in Tennessee, a lot of southern states, it's such an epidemic of unlicensed drivers. They stopped arresting people and they just write you a ticket. And even then, unless it's something severe, you cause an accident, you're speeding, blowing through red lights, you kind of mind your business. Oh, him again? Yeah, he got no license. Cop don't want to be bothered to stop, pull you over, write you up. They're like, you know. And he knows that. That's why he loves Tennessee. He couldn't get away with that shit in New York, you know what I mean? But now he has another expertise. I heard on his latest Yak session, his Yak sessions, it's 2 hours of total fucking nonsense. Mindless babble between him and his wife. Stupid fucking shit. They just ramble and ramble and ramble on about. While he gets the adoration of all his pickle sniffers telling him how great he is. He does it because he needs the attention. He needs the fucking attention. He craves it. That's the mind of an egomaniac, a narcissist, a sociopath. They need the attention. And usually, if you look into psychology, they'll tell you that people with the biggest egos usually have the most fragile ego. They're the most emotionally weak, and that's why they need to put out an image or persona or being something so great to get attention, because they know what they really are inside. And he's been a loser. He's been a fucking loser all his life. High school kick out. Didn't even finish fucking high school. But he's smarter than a fucking Harvard and MIT graduate. You know what I'm saying? Smarter than guys like me that have a fucking real mechanical engineering degree from San Diego State that I got courtesy of Uncle Sam in my years in the Marine Corps. You know, he's smart. He likes to be the smartest guy in the room, and he's the biggest fool in the room. You know, his mouth and his ego is his own worst enemy. He opens the door to call him out on his bullshit. He invites people in. He rings the fucking dinner bell, you know, and he does it in plain sight. But he found a little niche on here with some people that buy his bullshit. They stroke his ego, stroke his narcissism, tell him how great he is. Maybe they'll buy a hat or a t-shirt once in a while, you know. And this is his life. Does Sanford does he ever do anything with his children? His wife take him on vacation? Does he have any real friends there he hangs out with, you know? And, hey, come by and visit. Hey, nice day in Ayla, we're having a cookout. Come by. Oh, hey, come by. Does anyone really care to invite him to their fucking home to hang out with him for a fucking day? The only time he has friends or associates is when he'll go to their place to, you know, shoot a video on their car. Or get their car at his shop, he can shoot a video, and it's all about making money for himself. Everything is about him. He's fucking self-centered. Everything is about him. He has no fucking life away from YouTube. you know. He has no real friends. He has no real friends. Look at his trail of friends, you know, from Lamb Chop, Stubby, Al, even that kid with the duct tape, trying to be a goodness of his heart, thinking he's helping out Sanford, berates him, belittles him on a video with him on the fucking video right there, and the kid's standing there like, you know, he has no problem doing that to people because he has no conscience. He's not able to apologize to people he fucks over. He has no sense of remorse, regret. He sleeps well at night knowing he is what he is. And he's a rotten bastard. Sanford is a rotten bastard. Right to the fucking core. Because that's what he is. You know, if you think he's a nice guy, go move to Tennessee and go hang out with him for a day. Get back to me and tell me what it's about. He's arrogant, a loudmouth, needs to dominate a conversation. He's going to tell you what to do. Don't ever disagree with him. Don't ever disagree with him on anything, man. He's a fucking pussy. He ain't no fucking badass. Sanford wouldn't last 1 hour hanging out with me and Kenny and the crew. He wouldn't last 10 minutes. He start running his mouth about it. He knows everything about Harley Davidsons. I can picture it now. I can picture it now. You know, but he's the greatest at everything. And now the latest I heard, hey, Brian, check this out. I said, what? Hey, Sanford thinks he's Indiana Jones. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? She, yeah, she's acting on his Jack session about how now his conspiracy theories come out. He's talking about castles and old ancient castles and stone structures, you know, Stonehenge. He'd like to actually go there and examine all these things. He thinks that they may not be real. Another fucking another commie hoax, I guess, in his mind, you know. You can't believe history books. You can't believe these pictures are actually real. I need to go there to see if they really fucking exist. What, so you think Stonehenge is big fucking styrofoam blocks somebody cut out with a fucking bread knife, painted them up and they put them there, you know? Maybe they were built by fucking aliens or some shit like that. Now he's Indiana Jones. He's a fucking archaeologist. He knows how to carbon date materials and stones to know exactly how old they are and if they're real. That fucking amazing. Is Sanford amazing or what? Seriously. What's next? What's next from the mind of Sanford? As tempted as I am to say it's scary to think about, I think it'll be more fucking nonsense. And it'll be even more hysterical than the laughs he's provided me with in all this time, with all this bullshit. You know what the best part about Sanford's bullshit is? He actually fucking believes his own bullshit. That's the best part about this guy. And why I like him. Because he does all the work for me. He does all. How Sanford depends on other people to provide content. Sanford, he provides me with all my fucking content. You know, but the difference is, you're not going to be a millionaire, man. Your Yak sessions, what are they down to? 3, 4, 5,000 people if you're lucky out of what? How many subs now? I hear Pickles lives. Oh, Sanford got 300 and something thousand subs. You're jealous. How many show up for his Yak sessions? You know, it's called the tail of the tape. It cannot be disputed, cannot be denied. That's the number. That's the tail of the tape. 300 and something thousand subs. What does he get on his regular videos now? He's back down to 20s of thousands, 30s of thousands, 40s of thousands. Hey, where's the rest of his 300 and something thousand subs? Where are they? Come on, where are they? You don't give a fuck. You know? He does okay. You know, he makes enough to get by. Besides, he's still potting out junk cars, flipping cars. Hopefully this time with legal VIN tags and titles that are not forged. You know what I mean? So he don't have to hightail it out of fucking Tennessee again now for getting caught in activities. Well, they can't take his license for life. He already lost that for life. So that's one less thing he doesn't have to worry about. You know what I mean? But I can't imagine, you know, I wake up. I don't need to run to see how many views I got on my last video and then rack my brain thinking about what kind of video can I make today so Uncle Brian here can get a shitload of views because, hey, man, you know, my home here is paid for, so I don't have a mortgage. But I got property tax insurance. It's expensive. Water bill, gas, electric. We got to eat. need food, car insurance, gas to put in the vehicles, maintenance, upkeep. I can imagine what it's like needing YouTube to pay my fucking living expenses. You know what I mean? So if he thinks he's going to be a millionaire, let him keep dreaming. But everything he's talked about is all a fucking dream in his head, because after all, he is a legend in his own mind. Anyway, once again, hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had fun. Hope you stayed safe. Hope you had a good day yesterday on Monday. And I got to get to the VTH in a little bit. I got to get 2 guys for their doctor checkups at Hawthorne Medical. And that can be time consuming depending on how many people are in the waiting room and what kind of testing they're having done. Anyway, it'll get done. They'll get what they need. I'll make sure of it. And have a great day. Have fun. Stay safe. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.